Every story begins with a single spark. This is Cinevia.
The girl with the polka dot dress. You see, this is not legend. Before I tell you about Aiden Rao Oshie, before I explain how a software engineer in Atlanta became the last hope for reality itself, my name is Eamon, though that is only the name I wear in this particular configuration of space-time. The story you are about to witness spans millennia. It involves the fall of a civilization your historians never recorded, a war fought across dimensions your physicists cannot measure, and a love that persists. The man I am about to speak with, his name is Aiden, and he is a part of this story.
There is something to be said about a place that can hold a memory.
Yes.
Well, that's very harsh.
So you remember what I was telling you about that time?
Yeah, I remember.
Let me tell you a story about how this all began. Once upon a time, there was magic. There was an ancient race who controlled this magic for thousands of years. To understand this, we must go back to the year 1100. Today, we call them the Anunnaki, but their real name was the Alvarius. They controlled the secrets of the universe. And the Alvarius mastered asymmetry. They made our technology today look like child's play. They taught humans language and mathematics. They were capable of both transmutation and teleportation. Legend has it, only one of them remains. Many empires hated them and believed they were false gods. One particular king who reigned over Europe found one and locked him away.
मुझे इस काइट से बचना होगा।
मेरा नाम डेरियस है। हालांकि ये वो यूनानी नाम था जो मैंने पश्चिम की यात्रा करते समय धारण किया था। मैं ये शब्द स्मृति पत्थर में बोलता हूँ, ये जानते हुए कि मैं ये सप्ताह बच नहीं पाऊंगा।
But I did not break their world. I helped build it. Long before their grandfathers' grandfathers drew breath. These walls cannot hold me. Iron cannot bind what is not entirely flesh. They will hide.
ये दीवारें मुझे रोक नहीं सकती। लोहा उसे बांध नहीं सकता जो पूरी तरह से मांस नहीं है। लेकिन अगर मैं अभी बच निकला तो वे इस भूमि के अंतिम अवसर को नष्ट कर देंगे जो हमने आपको सिखाया है उसे संरक्षित करने का। मैं संरक्षक बनाता हूं जो तब देखेंगे जब मैं नहीं कर सकता। मेरे बेटे को ढूंढो। उसका नाम एडन है।
I must be hallucinating. Hello? Benjamin. I am on my way to work now.
Is there a fly in here? How is everything going, Aiden? I had the wildest dream yesterday.
This woman in a polka dot dress keeps showing up in my dreams. It's driving me insane. I even saw her on the highway. I don't know how it's even possible. She has this fiery red hair. I feel like it's some sort of omen.
Bro, that sounds really insane.
We need to look up if you're being haunted by some sort of ghost.
Or you might just be burnt out from all the work we have to do.
You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right.
Why don't we go to Lost Dog Tavern, or Johnny's Hideaway this Friday?
Did you forget it's Thanksgiving? I have to go to my parents' house in Sandy Springs for Thanksgiving.
This team, they just have so much heart, you know? They fight for every single point. I am so impressed. I am so impressed with the defensive tackle.
He reminds me of David Pollack.
Oh, this team, they just have so much heart, you know? They fight for every single point. And he reminds me so much of David Pollack, it's uncanny.
Yes.
I mean, Pollack, he wasn't always the flashiest guy out there. Maybe not the quickest off the line every single snap, but his motor was legendary. And he just knew how to get to the quarterback, how to sniff out a run play before it even developed.
He was a force multiplier, a guy who made everyone around him better just by being on the field.
Remember that game against Tennessee in '02?
One of the Niners by that too.
He was everywhere. Batting down passes, stuffing runs, making tackles for loss, the way he read the offense, the way he anticipated plays, it was like he had a sixth sense.
Man, I'm hungry. It smells great in there.
It's getting so late.
I know, but the game is almost over. What do you think about this one here?
Oh, that looks like a very old picture.
Oh, I love that one.
Honey, I don't remember it happening like that.
I remember on that day, I was taking you to the park.
You must have been 5 years old at the time.
I remember there was this little girl. She must have been 5 years old also. I remember she had this beautiful Dalmatian puppy. You wanted to play with her puppy so bad. Unisystem Day, you begged me to go over there. And finally, I agreed. And you ran over.
You were the happiest little boy.
You played with the little girl and her dog for what felt like hours. It was such a magical moment. It almost felt timeless. Timeless. You should try finding her. Maybe it's a sign. Perhaps that moment is why you keep having these vivid dreams. was a strange kind of feeling, like something from a dream, but very real. Work has been so exhausting. The problem is all the student loan debt I have. I'm stuck at this law firm. This is about the fact that you've been different lately. Not regular stressed about work different, not even having an existential crisis at 28 different. When Mom showed you that photo album, your face, I saw something break open in you. Like you'd been walking around. Remember when we were kids and I used to tell you there were doors in the house that only opened at certain times? Doors in the hallway that weren't there in the morning but appeared at 3 a.m. Mom and Dad would say it was my imagination. Hannah has such a creative mind, they'd say. But you know what? I stopped seeing those doors around the time I turned 12. I still feel the same way that I did before. I convinced myself they were right. Overactive imagination. Too many fairy tale books. I got practical. Went to business school. I married Luke. Got into yoga and meal planning and all the things that make sense. Built a life that fits in spreadsheets. But then I'd catch myself sometimes, usually when I'm not trying, seeing things in my peripheral vision. Patterns that shouldn't be patterns. Moments where reality feels thin, like worn fabric. And I'd think, no, Hannah, you're a grown woman with a mortgage and a Tesla. But you, Aiden, you're not shutting it down. Whatever's opening up for you, you're leaning into it, and that terrifies me. Not because I think you're crazy, but because I remember what it felt like when the world was bigger than it's supposed to be. Let me tell you what I remember about your adoption. I was 3 years old, so my memories are fragmented, weird, the way a 3-year-old processes things. I remember Mom and Dad bringing you home from the fire station. But here's the thing. I also remember you being there before that. There's this memory or dream or something. I'm 3 years old in a park. Not our regular park. Everything's too bright, too clear. And then you're there. Not baby you from the fire station, but you. Like you were already formed, and the baby thing was just... I've never told anyone that. Not Luke, not my therapist. Yes, I have a therapist. Everyone should have a therapist. The girl in that photo, the one with the red hair, I think that's who spoke to me. Take care of him.
Thank you for telling me all of this, Hannah. I probably need to get back to my apartment before it gets too late.
I found a lead on where I can find her. The coordinates said a woman that matches her profile lives in Sandy Springs. The address maps to Blue Heron Nature Preserve. I think that's super weird. I'm not saying it's bad. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. It is fine. I like this drive. Yeah, it's nice. Are you still talking to that girl? I see. Nah, I'm not, bro. She has been acting different. What's up?
see it happen.
Their life, would never be the same. The house is not a home. It's a revealing. It's a liminal space. It's a place where the truth would finally be revealed. Before they would make it to the house, they would face a grave danger. This danger was not to be taken lightly. This danger in front of them was a monster named the Galbatorix. You see, the Galbatorix is the guardian of this home. And he must protect the Alvarius in times of danger. The two young men were in grave danger and had not even the slightest clue. Are you all ready to see the Galbatorix? This was no ordinary monster. You all might ask, well, why is he a cat? A beast of such extraordinary capability must hide in plain sight. A small house cat is the least likely place you'd think to find him. And
she immediately stopped the Galbatorix in an effort to protect the two men.
that is when I stepped in and resolved the issue. The time has come for the revealing. Once the men arrived in the home, we had them wait. It felt like hours in ordinary human time.
My name is Maeve, and I have waited hundreds of years for this moment. Durna now tell you my origin story.
They were scared and were waiting for all of this to make sense.
The Dalmatian's black and white is a living clerical robe in Catholic lore.
The mother of St. Dominic had a vision of a spotted dog carrying a flaming torch in its mouth, setting the world ablaze. Her son founded the Dominican order, whose black and white robes mirrored the dog's coat.
They were known as Dominicanes, the Hounds of God. The contrarian secret is that the Dalmatian is not a symbol of simple loyalty, but of a divine, fiery, and world-changing mission.
The artist Yayoi Kusama sees polka dots as a path to self-obliteration, where an individual dissolves into the infinite cosmos. The Dalmatian is a living, breathing infinity net. Each spot is a hole through which we glimpse the vast, dark universe. The dog is a walking paradox, a solid, living creature that is simultaneously a map of the infinite. A Dalmatian is not born with its spots. It is born a pure, white canvas. The spots emerge with time, like a prophecy being fulfilled, or a photograph developing in a dark room. The secret is that its identity is not instant, but a gradual revelation. The spots are its predetermined destiny, a unique map of its soul that was always there, waiting for the right moment to be read. I am the seventh guardian, crafted by Darius in a desperate act of creation within a European castle in 1100 CE. My dearest, for 853 years, I have walked through time, a silent guardian, a patient whisper in the grand symphony of existence, all for you. He transformed matter into consciousness, creating 3 Dalmatians to watch over his bloodline, your bloodline. But I was different. I was made capable of becoming human, of loving, of waiting through endless time for the one descendant who could save. You are the last natural-born descendant of the Avirius, an ancient race your historians never recorded. Mathematical beings who discovered they mastered asymmetry, performed transmutation and teleportation, and controlled the very secrets of the universe. Now, Aiden, everything you know about reality is a carefully constructed lie. The wounds from an ancient war fought across dimensions are expanding. Dark energy accelerates, black holes defy their mathematics, and time itself become unreliable. Reality is dying, collapsing into entropic dissolution. We have perhaps 30 years before the cascade failure begins. Our union, not merely marriage, but a quantum entanglement of consciousness, is essential. It is prophesied to produce the next generation of reality's architects, children born awake, guardians who can repair what is breaking. This is not just a dream, Aiden. It is our shared destiny, our only hope. Your awakening means losing everything you have built, but it means saving everything that is. Love, Aiden, truly is stronger than the heat death of the universe. You will see things that defy your current understanding. Prison confessions recorded in glowing crystals, rituals performed in ancient Irish castles, where the fabric of reality grows thin, and dreams that are not merely dreams, but forgotten memories of past lives and other configurations of space-time. This is the truth of our lineage, the legacy of consciousness choosing to persist against entropy's relentless pull. The dreams you've been having, the woman in the polka dot dress, the dog that defied time. These were not omens or hallucinations, Aiden. They were me, reaching out, guiding you, preparing you for this moment. Your sister Hannah, with her overactive imagination, she saw the doors too, the moments where reality felt thin. She saw glimpses of what we are, because it runs in your blood. And that memory of you, a formed child before the fire station, that was another ripple of our connection across time, a premonition of your true self. Our union, Aiden, is not just about children. It's about repairing the very foundations of existence.